Good morning, everyone. I thought I would film a video of doing my morning routine. I've been wanting to do it for a while, but it's just been super busy lately, and recovering it's been a little bit of a struggle, but it's getting better day by day. I'm really struggling like mentally with being on prednisone again and the weight that I'm gaining. I'm hoping my body is just trying to like balance everything out, but I just can't stop eating everything in sight, and I'm trying to find the self-control, and then also try to walk and exercise daily. So I'm struggling that way a little bit, but other than that, like, it gets better every day. I just take it one day at a time. But yeah, so this morning we are going to take our meds. We are going to take our vital signs and write them down in our book, in our log, and then we're going to empty my JP drain, and then maybe we'll wash my face a little bit too and just kind of get ready for the day. So let me get my meds and I will be right back. Okay, so I've got my meds right here. I filmed a video last night refilling both my med boxes. I will get that posted today as well. It's just going to be kind of a time-lapse thing. I'm not really talking much through it. My family's here visiting, my stepmom and sister and her two kids, two of three of my nephews. So they've been hanging out with me since Sunday because my husband is away, and I can't drive myself anywhere or, you know, handle the dogs by myself. So they came to stay with me, and it's been really nice. So that video will be up at some point today, but here's my meds. I'm gonna start off taking the prednisone, and I have to do it with something other than water because there's no coating on prednisone, and so if you don't get it down fast enough, it starts to disintegrate in your mouth, and it's so nasty. It's so disgusting. So it's easier if I drink something that has flavor, and then I can finish the rest of my meds with water. So let me find my prednisone. Luckily, I went home on 20 milligrams, and when I had my first follow-up last week, this past Thursday, they lowered it from 20 to 10. So I think that's helped a little bit. I'm definitely sleeping a little bit better, and my mood swings are definitely better for sure. So now we just got to get this eating under control. And it's crazy. I know it doesn't sound like a big deal, but even before I was sick, like, I never finished a meal. Like, I have a kind of a small stomach to begin with, and I would never finish a meal. Like, I would probably eat maybe half to 3/4 of it, and I would genuinely be full. But I literally will eat my entire meal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and it would be gone, and I'm still hungry. And I snack so much throughout the day. I've been picking healthier snacks though. I kind of went back to what I was doing before, which is veggies like peppers, bell peppers, or cucumbers, carrots, and ranch and stuff like that. So just a little bit more healthier choices of snacks, but nonetheless, I'm still eating so much. So I don't know, we'll see. I'll get it under control. Well, let me take the prednisone. Okay. All right, let's see, what else do we have? I'm gonna take my Cellcept, that's anti-rejection. Got 2 of those bad boys. I'm not a very good pill taker. I'm sure I'll be criticized over it. A lot of people can just throw them back. I have to do one at a time. I have over 10 to 15 different pills that I take in the morning just alone, so it's hard for me to so it takes me a little bit to get through each medication. Gabapentin, this is for the nerve pain that I have in my right leg, from the drain, where it's positioned. They think it's right against a nerve. So this kind of helps with that pain. It's definitely gotten a lot better. Obviously, I can walk fully now. If you remember, it was a very rough couple of days back home because I couldn't walk. I really couldn't move my right leg that much. I would take baby steps, and I couldn't get in and out of the bed by myself. So it's definitely improved a lot, and I can walk a pretty good distance now outside. I think I did half a mile the other day. So we're getting there. All right, next is another anti-rejection. There's 4 of these. This is a 4 milligram tablet, and then I have 3 1 milligram tablets. I've been debating on whether to get this automatic med dispenser machine that so many people are talking about that's new. It's called the Hero. It looks really nice. The only issue I have is it's like a $99 activation fee, and then you have to pay a monthly membership fee of like $30. You know, which it's doable for us. I mean, it'd be pushing it, you know. But the only other issue I have with it is that it only can just hold up to 10 different medications. And right now I believe I'm on just over 10 medications, like maybe 12 to 13. So that's the only, like, one of the things that is stopping me from doing it. Otherwise, it's like a really cool machine. Now, obviously in the next couple of months, some of those medications are going to be stopped. Like a lot of these prophylactic antibiotic ones, they just have you take them for 3 months, for the first couple months, to help reduce the risk of the kidney rejecting itself or developing any kind of infection, because your immune system is so suppressed that you're at a higher risk for infections and whatnot. So eventually, like, I could be under 10 medications, which within the next 3 to 6 months I will be. So maybe I just hold off on getting it. I don't know. So that's my dilemma. I keep thinking about it, but it's a really cool machine. It's so funny, when I started talking to my husband about it, I am this one, I forget her name on TikTok, but she struggles with a chronic illness as well, and she has it, and it was a really cool machine. Like, she made a TikTok on how it works. And it has like an app and everything, and it'll remind like your significant other or a family member, if you haven't taken your meds yet, it'll remind you to take your meds. Like, that would really benefit me. So I think I will eventually end up getting it once we have the money, and then once I'm under like 10 different medications. So all right, let me switch over to water. It's my Gatorade's gone. I've been slacking on the water intake yesterday, so I need to catch up today. All right, so this is a prophylactic infection medication. This is called Valsite. I don't know if you've heard me talk about this before, but this medication is so expensive. I caught this specific virus called CMV before, like, within the first year of my first transplant. And basically, it's a virus that is very common to come out in transplant patients, especially if the donor has had it before. And my donor apparently did, and it's very hard to detect, but it feels like you have like cold or flu symptoms sometimes. That's the best way to describe it. Like, I had a minor fever and some cold symptoms. And, you know, as a transplant patient, if you have a fever, you have to call the coordinator right away. And, you know, for most people, the fever threshold is 100.3 or above. For transplant patients, if it's 100. If your temperature is at 100, then you call and you have to go to the hospital. So I was put back on the medication since I have a history of the virus, and I'm at higher risk to get it. When we first had to get this medication after I got the virus, with insurance, our copay was $1,000. $1,000, and that was with insurance covering 90% of it. Ridiculous, right? Well, in 2019, when I had my rejection episode of the first transplant, I had to go back on it because I was on a lot of IV immunosuppression medication. And they didn't want me to get the virus again, so they put me back on the medication for a couple of months. And at that point, it was a little bit cheaper. I think I paid $400, and that was with insurance covering, so it got better. This time, I didn't pay anything. I think my copay for all of my meds was just $15, so it's definitely gotten better. But I can't imagine for patients that, you know, have to take this medication and they don't have insurance. Like, I don't understand why these pharmaceutical companies cannot make these medications affordable. They're life-saving medications. It pisses me off. But what are you gonna do? All right, this is Protonix. Just helps with your stomach and heartburn. They'll wean me off of this soon. I haven't really been having issues, and sometimes it gives me headaches, which is a side effect, so they're gonna take me off of it soon. But it's just kind of like those first like few weeks because you're on a lot of new meds and stuff like that. So I take a dose of aspirin, which eventually I will be taken off of, but a lot of these meds can raise your cholesterol and stuff like that, so they use aspirin and Lipitor to kind of counteract those cholesterol levels. This is another infection, Bactrim. This is just a regular antibiotic just to prevent any kind of infection. And then this, vitamin D. I had to think about what it was. There's 2 vitamin D. All right, well, that's it for morning meds. I'm gonna go ahead and get my vitals. Let me go grab my stuff and we'll do it together. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. So I'm going to go ahead and start with my temperature, and while it takes my temperature, I will do the blood pressure cuff. $96.7. Blood pressure is good, 118/82. Wow, I'm impressed. My blood pressure has been a little wonky because of my pain lately, but that's okay. Pulse is 93, and that's normal for me. I run on the high side of the pulse, so. All right, so this is our daily vital signs log. We're gonna write the date. Today is the 11th. It's about 9:30. 118/82. Heart rate is 93. Write our temperature, which I think was 96.7. And I did my weight just a minute ago, and that's 138. All right. So we are done with that. Our next thing we're going to do is empty the drain. So I'm going to move on over to the bathroom, and I will see you in there.